What's going on, everybody? This is Dr. Chris Featherstone with yet another episode with Legion of Raw. He's already ready. It's been a while. I went on vacation, and man, we were just talking about that backstage. There were some technical difficulties, so as we were waiting on the big wigs to take care of all the technical stuff, we were talking about my vacation in Las Vegas, and it was a fun time over the past week. The doctor had to take a nice therapeutic reset.
Very nice. Very nice.
So it was great.
And while you were taking a therapeutic reset, all heat was coming my way thanks to Sportskeeda again, bro. Bro, listen, I got to make a couple things clear. Okay? Let me make a couple things clear. First of all, you have to understand. Chris, how old are you, Chris?
I'll be 42 this year.
Chris, I'm 20 years older than you. People, you got to understand something coming from a 16-2-year-old man. Okay? Never in my years left on this planet am I ever going to apologize for anything that I feel is totally unnecessary. You're not going to bull me into an apology. You're not going to strong arm me. You could cancel me. You could do. Chris, I would think at our age, you and I, we pretty much know and understand when an apology is needed. Indeed. Okay, I think we understand that. So I am not and will never apologize, Chris, for complimenting beautiful, attractive women. Okay? I am not going to. Chris, I don't know about you. My wife, I'm going to go on 40 years of marriage come September.
Congratulations.
I still tell my wife she looks beautiful. And guess what, Chris? She likes when I tell her that.
Hey, ain't any.
Yeah. So I'm not going to apologize for saying Rhea Ripley is a beautiful young woman. There's no apology necessary. Chris, when I say it is my opinion, I would not put goth makeup on Rhea Ripley. Chris, I would say the same thing if it were an attractive guy and they put a mask on him. I would say the same exact. I would say, why are you putting a mask on that attractive guy? But you know what part of the problem is, Chris, and maybe I didn't explain this enough. I mean, listen, bro, people are going to believe whatever they want to believe anyway. I could give two craps. But to me, Rhea Ripley falls into the same trap. And I think this is a problem I have. And we saw it again on tonight's show. She falls into the trap of, Chris, that we see over and over and over again in the WWE. How did Rhea Ripley go from a, attractive, athletic wrestler from the land down under into this goth person? There was no explanation. There was no story. She wasn't kidnapped by Judgment Day. She didn't go through any types of ritual. One day she's Rhea Ripley. Next week she's goth Rhea Ripley. Just like on tonight's show, we have Nikki Cross. Nikki Cross goes from superhero to crazy lady. Asuka goes from Asuka to some kind of kabuki. They never explain any of these things, and that's why I don't buy them, Chris.
Yeah.
You've got to have if a wrestler is going to change gimmick, there's got to be a reason. Am I supposed to believe that Rhea Ripley is goth just because she blacks out her eyes? No, bro. There's got to be a reason for it.
Yep.
And that's why I felt the way I did. And the WWE, bro, they have a horrible problem of explaining character changes. And bro, and I don't even watch SmackDown. From what I'm reading, Lacey Evans has gone through 18 characters.
Oh goodness.
Oh my, bro, they have a horrible track record.
Yeah.
So I just want to make myself clear. When all of a sudden she's a young, attractive, athletic, down under wrestler, and now she's goth princess, bro, you've got to explain that to me.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you 100%, man. And the thing is, they keep doing these transitions because they're assuming that people know what the transitions are, and that's not good business. It's like, it's like you're changing your model. If you own like a clothing store and you're changing a whole brand, and the people who always buy your brand are like, oh, okay, we're familiar with this type of line, but you're trying to bring someone back, and then they're used to buying a form of your line, and you just change it without any explanation, and they're like, wait a minute, I don't know what's going on here. It makes no sense,
bro. The easiest explanation is take your show Friends. You got the 6 friends. We know all 6 friends, bro. Imagine if 1 week they just totally change one of the
right?
For no reason,
right.
No explanation. We're now sitting there watching a totally different character.
Yeah.
We're not gonna question that. Like, wait a minute, how did we get here?
Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, come on, guys.
Good example there. Yeah. Like, wait a minute. What happened to the to the original cast, man? What's going on here? Like you're watching Cheers, and all of a sudden, like you're watching Happy Days, and Fonzie's different the next week, and it's wait a minute. I'm not used to this.
That drives me nuts, bro.
Yeah.
Nuts.
I agree. Indeed, man. Yeah, it's one of those things, Vince, and I was thinking as you were talking, I was like, you reminding you about the comments, I wanted to tell you something real quick. The about I'll tell you about a character that's on that was on Raw that we got a lot of heat from, and I just found out today. And just saw my Twitter today, and I was like, wow, I didn't know we got so much heat over calling somebody something last week. And so yeah, it's really interesting. So check that out. Check out the private chat when you get a chance of let me know when you see it. We got a lot of heat for that last week.
I don't know what, Chris. Tell me, because there's a lot of them here. Tell me.
No, go to the private chat. Go to the you see the column on the fourth. It says private chat.
How is that? I'm not even connecting the dots.
Yeah.
I'm not even connecting the dots here, bro.
I don't know, dude. People, it boils. Here's the thing, man. This is what it boils down to, and we'll get to the super chats in a minute. People, you have the internet wrestling community, man, and of course we have people here in the SK Nation, especially people on the Legion of Raw and the chat that are incredibly supportive of the show, and just we have a good time every week. But you also have people who are just miserable human beings who try to find something bad.
We have to stop for a minute. Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Go ahead, man. I'm telling you.
He is no longer Mia Yim.
Yeah.
That is not her name.
Yeah.
What is her name, Chris?
Mi-Chin.
Okay, what does that sound like, bro? Like, really, bro? What does that sound? Was I calling her that when she was Mia Yim? No, I was not. But what is the new name, Chris, again? What is it?
Mi-Chin.
Mi-Chin. What does that sound like, bro? What does that sound
what
like?
You said last week. It
imbeciles. Like oh, my God. These people got to get a life, man. Get a freaking life.
It's miserable people do miserable things.
Get a life, people.
That's what it boils down to. Miserable people do miserable things. I found out about that. Riju told me about that a couple of days ago.
Get a freaking life, bro. Like that thought even crossed my freaking mind.
Yeah. And I heard I got heat for it too. And I'm like, wait a minute. She's half black, bro. And I'm black.
Give me a freaking break. What a joke. That's a joke. With all due respect, man. See, that's the problem, bro. That's why I don't apologize, because when you give in to idiots like that, that's how they get control. And that's exactly what they want. Bro, they will keep bringing up these things until they get an apology, because to them, an apology is a victory and a victory is control. And if you don't smarten up to that, bro, I can't help you, man.
And that's the thing, Vince. Miserable people will never be satisfied with an apology. I mean, you can apologize for, and the thing is, if someone's miserable or someone just really or just a critic of you, because typically it stems from jealousy, you'll apologize for the thing that they don't like, and then that is a thing that someone who really respects you likes about you the most. So, like for instance, like, I'm a really chill, relaxed dude. You and I, we talk a lot, off air, really chill dude. A lot of people, thoroughly enjoy my podcast style, just being like the straight shooter and just, just being the journalist, a real talkative type, as far as just conversational type. Bill Apter loves it. I mean, it's like, if there's anybody's endorsement that I want to be Bill Apter, because he endorsed me all the time. But there's some people in the comments who's like, yeah, man, he's just like, he's just boring or whatever. And it's like, if I appease those people, that means that I'm not appeasing people who respect that quality of me. And so that's what you have to understand. Like, when people are supporting and endorsing you, I tell this to my clients all the time, Vince, when people are supporting and endorse you, there's certain things about you that they like that other people don't like. But even if you appease those other people and stop doing whatever that thing is, they'll try to find something else about you to start criticizing, because there's a lot of you that they want. It's actually called reaction formation is what it's called. It's a psychological phenomenon. A lot of times people who are like that, they are jealous of qualities in somebody, so they'll start talking about that because they are dealing with that internally. So yeah, it happens all the time, man. So you really just have to
I just got to ask you, bro. So you're telling me that came from the people we work for?
Well, no, we were told that based on comments from other people, like,
okay, well, yeah, we'll fix that. We'll fix that real quick, bro, just so I don't screw up anymore, guys. Going forward, I will never, ever talk about that talent again.
Yeah,
the person can become the women's champion, and I will never speak about. How's that sound? We good? We on the same page, everybody. Beautiful.
People will find, like I said, like I'm saying
Beautiful,
again, Vince.
Beautiful.
People will find something else to complain about. So that's
people got to stop, bro. People freaking got to stop. I can't get what's her name's name right. Chelsea Handler, Chelsea Green, Chelsea Green. The other one with the wings.
Candice LeRae or LaRue, you would say.
Really, bro? Really?
Well, one thing we don't want you to ever stop, and those are super chats. Awesome Sauce with a $5 super chat, bro. You know, Vince, I heard you saying Neve Campbell had a limited career outside Scream. Ever heard of Party of Five? Her resume is leagues above Arquette.
I disagree with you, Awesome Sauce, because being a television star doesn't mean you're bank in the movies, bro. It's two completely different things. So, yes, I know she was in a popular television show, bro, but that doesn't necessarily equate to being a movie star. I mean, would you consider Jennifer Aniston a great movie star? No, she was a great TV star. She's done okay movies, but she's absolutely never been box office. So I think
what Aniston movies was she known for?
Like Horrible Bosses, she was in. Yeah, there's nothing that really stands out.
Interesting. Joseph Gonzalez, $4.99 super chat, bro. Why was Bianca in that match? Why was she breaking up counts? Her preventing anyone from trying to challenge her goes against her character.
Joseph, I felt the same thing. I absolutely felt the same thing that you felt when she was going out of her way to break up counts. I felt what you felt.
Yeah. Luke.
Leprechaun. Yeah, Leprechaun. She was in that classic Leprechaun.
Leprechaun. Oh, okay, got you. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I'd like to take this opportunity to apologize to absolutely nobody from McGregor Russo. Good stuff. Thank you, Luke. Thank you, Luke. What else we got here?
We're getting Jennifer Aniston's resume now.
Oh, very nice.
Bruce Almighty, the Bounty Hunter.
Oh, yes, Bruce Almighty. Yes. I did like Bruce Almighty. Bruce Almighty. Evan Almighty, not as much as Bruce Almighty, but I really like Bruce Almighty. We got Andrew Cool, $2 super chat, boo. Predictions. Sami KO Usos main event WrestleMania main event night 1. Also he's predicting the tag team title match being the main event for night 1. What do you think?
Who are they wrestling?
It'll probably be Sami and Owens versus the Usos for the championship.
I don't know. That's not a main event to me, but
I wouldn't put that in the main event for any nights. I mean, it's going to happen, and I'm fine with that. But at the same time, someone said, "Why am I laughing, Rollin?" Well, I can't even see the private chat. So yeah, that's funny. People was in suspense, wanting to see the private chat. Dun dun dun.
Joke, bro.
Let's see. What are the other super chats we got? And Finkel, I thought I saw another one. Someone. Thank you for all the encouragement, by the way. On the chat, I appreciate that, guys. Someone says I still look in my 20s. Thank you very much. There's a lot of. Oh, here we go. Mike, $1 super chat just because. I've got nothing to say. I just want to give money because I love the show. Thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. Very, very much. Is that it? You see any more super chats? Okay, I think that's all.
Think so.
Okay, cool. I mean, hey, look, if y'all just want to do super chats and your Q&A, I would much rather prefer that than this Raw show, to be honest with you. If y'all just want to super chat it up and we just talk about our personal lives and questions about the Super Bowl and whatever, just super chat it up and we'll talk about it. And much more intriguing than what we have today. So Becky Lynch cuts an in-ring promo, gets interrupted by Bayley, then Bianca Belair. Adam Pearce comes and books the main event stipulation match with EC with elimination chamber implications. So, Vince, what was your thoughts of this starting match? Becky comes out with Adam Pearce. Bayley comes out because of that. And then after that, Bianca comes out. And for some odd reason, her mentality was, I don't want either one of you to be in the elimination chamber. Let's figure that out today. What did you get confused in this segment?
There were a couple of things. I mean, first of all, the meat of the promo was ridiculous. Yeah. I did this and you did that, and I did this and I won 5 years ago, and then I won this. That was absolutely ridiculous. So the writers, whoever put that together, that was absolutely horrible.
Yeah,
bro, I got to tell you something that's really starting to get on my nerves. Okay, now I got to ask you a question now. So let me get this straight. If I point out or pick on somebody who's white, does that mean I don't like white people? or I have to like white people because I'm white? Like, explain this to me before I rip Adam Pearce. So I'm about to criticize Aaron Pearce, who's a white dude. So I don't like white people now?
Oh, true story. Is
that how this works?
Shout out to a promoter friend for a very high promotion. I got heat because I have a promoter friend who's a PR guy for a big promotion, a big name promotion. I got heat because you talked about Adam Page a couple of years ago.
Pierce, I'm going to talk about him again.
Yeah. Okay. The words, ladies and gentlemen, the words expressed by Vince Russo does not necessarily reflect Dr. Chris
Listen, I've heard Adam Pearce is a great guy. I've heard he's a great guy. Everybody is very, very happy for him. I'm not talking about the guy. I'm talking about the presentation on television. That's what
Indeed. Just like we're talking about every week on presentation on television. This is nothing personal.
I'm not talking about Adam Pearce.
Yes.
Let me put it to you this way, guys. If I was producing Adam Pearce, this is what I would tell him. Does that help you?
Yes, indeed.
Does that help anybody? Yes. Or do you remember a man by the name of Jack Tunney? I go all the way back to
President Jack Tunney.
Absolutely. Bro, Pearce is he's way overselling. Like he's
You didn't like Tunney? You didn't like Tunney selling?
Tunney never oversold.
Okay,
nothing,
he was
funny, bro.
Yeah.
Boom, he was always.
You remember Lynn Thigpen on Carmen Sandiego when she would be in the control center? You ever watch Where in the World's Carmen Sandiego?
That show.
So SK Nation, let me know if y'all remember Carmen Sandiego. So Lynn Thigpen, she reminded me so much of President Jack Tunney because she was like the person in the control center, just really just straight shooter type of guy, type of gal, not really animated, just boom in your face. So
no, he's just, bro, he's way overselling. So, and it looks cartoonish. Yeah. Bro, I always go back to if this were real. That's what I can't tell you how many times I said that to talent. Mm-hmm. Would you do that if this were real? No, I wouldn't do that. Then don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with Adam Pearce. I'm just telling you, as a television viewer, mm-hmm. the facials and the mannerisms are way too over the top for me.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I mean, again, I was a big fan of Tunney.
Tunney never sold anything, bro. It was all business. But yeah, bro. I mean, this, they're trying to make a main event.
Yeah.
Okay, they can't make Bayley and Becky again. Mm-hmm. They obviously can't do that again. They're in Brooklyn. So you want to have a, a strong main event. So they have to try to make sense out of this match, which was very, very, very difficult to do.
Yeah, Vince, where do you think this goes WrestleMania wise, as far as Becky being out of WrestleMania, Bayley being out of WrestleMania, and as far as title wise, do you I suggested the idea of the 6-man or the 6-woman match at WrestleMania. Do you think the WWE would, could be going there as far as just the 6-woman match?
I do.
With Bayley and Damage Control against Lita, Becky, and maybe a Trish or something like that?
I do. Bayley will probably come back and blame, Becky for her losing a shot at the Elimination Chamber. Yeah, I can definitely see that happening. Yes.
Yeah. And here's the thing, Vince. I'm okay with matches like that for WrestleMania. Just attraction matches. Because if you think about it from we got a spammer going. Bill locked, deleted. Yes. Just as far as like people, just an attraction match. If you think about it from a wrestler's perspective, you're given like. You're given an opportunity. You're in the back, and someone's like, "Okay, well, we want you as a part of a women's battle royal at WrestleMania." And you're like, oh, "Okay, cool. I get to get some new gear. Sure, I got a WrestleMania spot. Okay." Or they're like, "Hey, so we've got an idea. How about we get you, Bayley, with Damage Control, with Io Sky and Dakota Kai, and we're thinking we'll culminate this at WrestleMania with a 6-woman match with Bayley, with Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish." If you think about it from a wrestler standpoint, they're like, I'd much rather pick that. So I'm cool with this, man. If they do this, if they do a 6-woman tag match, bring 2 legends back, yeah, sure. I think I'm fine with that. So
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Indeed. We have Awesome Sauce, $5 super chat, bro. How is Damage Control not buried after getting beat down by a 50-year-old in mom jeans? I guess they were talking about Lita from last week. So what are your thoughts on that?
Bro, I can't talk about. I can.
Yes. She's not off limits.
So Damage Control was buried their first night they came.
Yeah, they were.
Like, let's stop.
SummerSlam. Yep, agreed. Young Reckless 499 super chat, bro. Russo, do you think they should have did Money in the Bank before the Chamber while Cody beats Roman for WWE belts? Then Seth or Sami cash it in on him to win the other belts.
I got to follow this now. So
Money in the Bank is July.
So Cody beats Roman.
Mm-hmm. So his proposal was for Money in the Bank before the Chamber match. Like, I guess replace the February pay-per-view for Money in the Bank.
Yeah, but I still don't understand. So Cody beats Roman for the WWE belt.
I guess at WrestleMania.
Who's got the other belt then?
He still has it. So I guess the winner of the Money in the Bank decides to cash it in. I guess.
So Roman loses twice?
I guess so.
Absolutely not. Yeah. Absolutely, and especially not to Seth or Sami.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
We got Luke 499 super chat. WBC UFC 284. I haven't seen it yet. I was thinking about checking that out sooner than later.
If I saw Volkanovski,
mm-hmm.
I would refer to him as Volkswagen, but then I wouldn't like Polish people.
Yes, you would get heat for Polish people. You would get heat for calling him Volkswagen.
Bro, how stupid are people? People are getting dumber and dumber and stupider and stupider. To me. All right, let's get back on with this show. Yeah. Judgment Day against Street. What a waste of my time. You know, we did the Edge Beth Phoenix thing. That, bro, This was bad.
Special shout out to Young Reckless. Big Bull. I'm a big Bulls fan too, Young Reckless.
Bro, this was bad. Rhea Ripley hits Beth Phoenix from behind with a forearm.
Yeah.
And Beth Phoenix is out from a forearm. The Glamazon.
Yeah.
That was weak, bro. They have to come up with something better than that.
Yeah, and here's my thing, Vince. I wanted to ask you about this as far as like, what would you have done with Montez Ford? Because last week he had some really, really good momentum, winning a singles match. A lot of talk was, okay, hey, this is kind of like a breakout, night for him as far as a singles competitor. He's in the U.S. Championship match, at Elimination Chamber. And then you put him back into a tag match the week after, and he's basically forgettable the next week.
Chris, if this were real, you mean to tell me if this were real, there wouldn't have been just a pinch of jealousy, bro, on Dawkins's part?
I was thinking about that too. Yeah.
See, that's where they miss the boat, Chris. And that's where I get back to writing.
Yeah.
You don't know how to write, because if I put myself in Dawkins's boots, there's a little bit of jealousy, and maybe I'm playing it off as a joke. But the reason why I'm saying anything at all is because something is there. When you go right over that, you really miss an entire avenue that you can go down. You know what's going to happen, Chris? 3 months from now, Dawkins is going to turn on him for no reason whatsoever.
See, I don't want that, man. I don't want to see that, because here's my issue with that, Vince. And I talked about this on my Pancakes and Power Slam show last Tuesday, and I'll talk about it more this coming Tuesday night, 11:40 p.m. Eastern time, by the way. And I talked about this last week. I do not want to see Angelo Dawkins turn and just do the, okay, I'm about to get heat, Vince. Here we go. So I call it the Jannetty treatment. Okay. And I don't have, I might have heat with now Marty Jannetty, but I wasn't the one who booked Marty Jannetty. I always liked Marty Jannetty. But I call it the Jannetty treatment. And the Jannetty treatment basically is this. Once you have what I've coined the barbershop turn, right? So typically you have the baby face turn on the heel when there's there are two baby faces turn on each other when they're established tag team. And then you have one person, go higher. And then you have another person after the barbershop turn get what I call the Jannetty treatment. That means that they usually get like mid-card baby face status, doesn't really go further up, you know what I mean? And so unfortunately, I think that Dawkins is going to get the Jannetty treatment if Montez Ford's turn heel. But if he turns heel, I still think it could happen. Unfortunately, here's the thing, and this is what I said last week on Pancakes and Power Slams. There's certain people, Vince, who are cut to be tag team wrestlers, and that's okay. That's okay. Not everybody's cut to be a singles wrestler. It's okay to be cut to be a tag team wrestler. For me, I think that Angelo Dawkins is cut to be a tag team wrestler, and he'll flounder in singles. I mean, that's just how I feel about it. What do you think?
Well, I mean, again, Chris, you can make somebody a star, but again, he's got to have the proper material. And I mean, would they be able to get both of them over, bro? They're gonna have a hard time getting one of them over. So probably not, bro. Probably. But this was the opportunity to do it. I mean, there's no question about it. He kind of makes a joke about it, but subliminally he's bringing it up because it's really bothering him. That's how you create something, bro. That's where stories come from.
Yeah. I don't know if Angelo has the charisma. And the thing, I like Angelo Dawkins. I like him a lot. But there's just certain people who just doesn't have that it factor to be a single star. And again, I think it's fine if you're cut to be a tag team star. That's fine. You know what I
But
mean?
then,
There's nothing
Chris,
wrong with that.
you could see here's a string of events, bro, that you got to be a writer. I'm sorry, you can't be a wrestler to see this.
Mm.
So now you have, the one guy goes in, Ford goes in, Dawkins loses.
Mm-hmm.
So now he makes that comment in passing and he's laughing it off. You don't think MVP ain't seeing this?
Mm-hmm.
Then all you need, bro, it's Bobby Heenan and Andre the Giant.
Yeah.
That's all you need. Hey, man, I saw what you said last week.
Yeah.
I know you weren't kidding.
Yeah.
You may now you've got
Yeah.
something, but no, bro, they're gonna keep putting them out there as a tag team, and nobody's gonna care about them, and that's how they miss opportunity.
Yeah. And I talked about this on my show a couple of weeks ago, as far as just Montez Ford and or Angelo Dawkins joining the Hurt Business. To me, that would be a much better sell than Cedric Alexander or Shelton Benjamin again. I mean, we saw Cedric Alexander talking to MVP in the back on Raw, and this is what I thought, Vince, when I saw that. I remember I gave you the downtown Timmy Brown last week, right?
Yeah.
That's like me firing, or one of my execs firing downtown Timmy Brown, and then calling him and telling him what he needs to do to get the job back. I mean, like, if I fire you for a reason. Why am I continuing to waste my time for you to get the job back? It just doesn't make sense to me in that regard. Mike Dowling again, $1 super chat. Just coming in and saying, you know what, I ain't got anything to say. I just love the show so much that I'm gonna just put some money on the table. Thank you, man, once again. Let's get to this Lashley and Lesnar contract segment. What you
before we get to that, bro? Great press with Mahomes and that belt. I mean, God, you can't put a price tag on that. I mean, let's give credit where freaking credit is due, bro. Yeah. You cannot put a price tag on that.
Yeah. And before you get to that, let's get to Rollins 199 super chat. Late Jack telling you WWE. I don't think so. I heard, wasn't there some heat because no one came to his funeral or something like that? Jack Tunney's funeral.
I don't know.
He passed.
Yeah. If I would have known that, I would have went.
Yeah, there was some. There was a lot of issues with that. I think he died in 95, 6 or 7, something like that. And no one went to his funeral, and I think his family gave WWE a lot of heat for that. So yeah, he's not in the Hall of Fame as far as I know. No, but yeah, what do you think about that segment?
Contract signing.
Yep.
See, again, bro, this is what I have a problem with. This is what I always have a problem with. Again, so are we clear now that Lashley's the heel?
I guess so.
I don't think there's any guess to it anymore, bro. Like, I don't.
But is he just the heel though? Because the fans started chanting for Lesnar, which he was going to do.
He's acting like it.
He's acting like the heel because of Lesnar is going to. Okay, yeah.
Here's the problem I have with this.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the problem I have with.
He died in 2004, by the way. Tony did. Yeah.
Here's the problem I have with this. And again, bro, put yourself in the shoes of the wrestler. Okay, look at Bobby Lashley. Look at what he looks like, bro.
Yeah.
If the week before Brock Lesnar F5s him twice,
yeah,
Lashley is coming straight away at that ring.
Yep.
I'm sorry, guys. Guys, if this were real, and Brock Lesnar punked out Bobby Lashley in a bar in front of 10,000 people at the bar, and Lashley punks out, Brock punks out Lashley. The next night, they're in the same bar, bro. What's a guy that looks like Lashley going to do?
Well, according to WWE, he's going to know that Brock Lesnar's in the bar.
Oh man,
and he's going to be like, "Oh, no. I know that you want to pick the beef. I'm outside. I'm going to let you come outside to me."
Bro, think about the logic in this. Guys, let's just talk logic. Lashley's in his face last week. You know, I beat you A, I left you lying B, I eliminated you from the Royal Rumble C.
Mhm.
Okay, right in his grill. Okay. The next week he needs 10 security guards.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense to anybody? I'm not afraid of this is what they're saying, Chris. I'm not afraid of him week one.
Yeah.
But now that he F5'd me, I'm afraid of him.
Yeah.
Well, come on, guys. Like it doesn't make any sense, bro. Was Joe Frazier? Well, who won the first Frazier Ali fight? Who won the first fight? Did Frazier win the first fight?
I think it was no, because Ali didn't lose for a while. I think it was Ali, and then the Thriller Manila was Frazier. I think it was.
My point is, whoever won the first fight, the guy who lost the fight wasn't afraid of him. They had a rematch. Yeah. He wasn't afraid of him because he beat me. He wanted to face him again. Yeah. So now Lashley needs 10 security jabronis because he got F5. It doesn't make any sense, guys. Come on.
Especially someone like Lashley, though. You know what I mean?
I think Frazier did win the first. No.
It was the first. He was the first in the Garden.
Frazier won the first one,
it was
right?
His first. That was Ali's first loss.
Yeah, was Ali afraid of Smoking Joe after that? Like, it doesn't make any sense, guys.
He beat him. He beat him back, and so like he lost in 71, and he beat Frazier in 74. Yeah. So yeah, they both were in the Garden. So that was just because I know that he lost like 3 late because that was his first. Frazier was his first loss, I believe.
Yeah, I think
because he was like 30 fights or without a loss or something like that. Yeah. Frazier was his first loss in 71, and then he beat Frazier in 74. So lost to Ken Norton. That was actually a big surprise. And then lost 3 of his last 4 fights.
Norton was a good fighter.
He was. He lost 3 of his last 4 fights, which as an Ali fan, I was not happy about. Yeah. We'll get to the super chat, but to your point, Vince, of the security guards, when I saw the security guards come out, I thought that Lashley was going to attack Lesnar from behind. I thought that they were all setting that up just to get Lesnar distracted and then to have Lashley do what Lesnar's been doing. That would have made sense to me. But you actually had Lashley come out and have his own table. And I'm like, why does this make sense if you just got F5 twice a week before?
And I want to explain. Here's a beautiful point in the chat room. RM. Okay, RM, what RM is saying is he is the heel. He was just trying to prevent fighting before the actual match, which is a heel thing to do. You are exactly right, RM. And this is 2023, and that is your absolute disconnect with the casual fan.
Yeah.
That is why there are under 2 million people watching Raw, because they're looking at Bobby Lashley and they're saying this guy would run from nobody. Yeah. So the fact that he's playing a heel in wrestling is what makes it fake and phony and turns the casual wrestling fan off.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's my exact point.
Yeah, and I don't like the fact that they're just. One thing I did like about the Attitude Era was basically a character was a character, and the character basically controlled the pulse of the fans. Not the fans really controlled the pulse of the character, and just a bunch of flip-flop and like, okay, well, we got this bigger baby face here, so we're just going to turn this person heel now, and then this person's kind of not doing anything, so we're just going to make him baby face and then turn him heel again. All these flip-flopping turns, it doesn't help solidify a character whatsoever.
Because because nobody's true to their character.
Correct.
That is why, bro. No, Rhea Ripley's was not true to Rhea Ripley. Asuka's not true to Asuka. Nikki Cross is not true to. They're not true to their character. Chris Featherstone does not walk around this planet and change week to week to week to week. And when you know Chris, you're going to know what Chris is thinking. You're going to know how Chris is going to react. You're going to know what Chris is going to do. He doesn't change week to. Can you imagine if Chris Featherstone changed? He'd drive his wife crazy. Can you imagine if every week a different person walked in the house? That's why these characters are not getting over, bro. Yeah. They're not true to themselves.
Yeah. Good point there.
And in keeping true to myself.
Oh, keeping true to yourself. Let's
keeping true to myself.
Come on, Vince.
I'm gonna say it right here, bro. And I don't care who writes in.
Here we go.
Who did Piper Niven face again?
she faced Mia Yim.
No, that's not her name anymore. What is her name?
It's still Mia Yim, but they call her nickname's Michin.
Okay. I now am going to refer to her as my chin because Mia, what's the name again? Michin? That is horrible, bro. That is a horrible name. You're not going to have, the WWE Women's Champion, Michin. No, bro, it's a horrible name. There are a million horrible names on this roster. Boog Powell is a horrible name. There's a million of them. That is a horrible name. And you know what, bro? That's nothing against the individual, bro. Sure. Somebody's giving her this name, but she's got to say that's a horrible name. Because if you don't know what that name means, you got to keep telling me a million times. Chris, I know it means something. I already forgot. What does it mean?
Yeah, I forgot too. I remember that Carl Anderson backstage told her that, I think Carl Anderson was the person who was like, "Yeah, we'll just call you Michin. It's Japanese." Do you remember?
Do you remember? Yeah, I don't remember what that means. So now, think about this, guys. Me and Chris have forgotten what it means. So now you're calling her Michin, and we're saying, "Wait a minute, what does that mean?" Yeah. Are we not saying what does that mean? That is a horrible name, bro. I'm sorry.
Crazy. That's what it means. It's crazy for crazy.
Yeah, she didn't look too crazy against Piper Niven.
True.
I mean, this was kind of quick and to the point. It didn't look like a crazy person to me.
I actually would be more intrigued if Michin came out and did play kind of like a loony, like crazy character. I'd be much more intrigued.
That's the point. They're calling her crazy, and she's not crazy. Do you understand? That's like calling me young.
Yeah.
Hey, Vince, you're young, bro, but you're going to go out there and you're going to be a 62-year-old. Okay. You can't call someone crazy if they're not crazy, bro.
Yes. I wonder what does Korean for calm mean?
Oh, my God. These people, they got to stop with this stuff, bro. Come on.
Yes, indeed.
Stone Cold was Stone Cold, Chris.
Yes, indeed.
He was always Stone Cold, bro.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay,
so calm in Korean is chimchakan. Chimchakan, Vince. So
yes, Shaka Khan. I would call her Shaka.
You call her Shaka Khan.
Yeah. I'd call her
Shaka heat for that, Vince.
And I'd get heat for Shaka Khan. But I like Piper Niven. I do like her. I'm glad this was quick. This was quick, bro.
Yeah, I like Piper too. I like her too. I hope that they do a better job with really kind of reestablishing her character, because when she was Dewdrop, she was with Eva Marie, and then she became Dewdrop, and it was just
again, Chris. We went from Dewdrop with Eva Marie to Piper Niven. Oh no, okay,
yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. That's how this whole show is. That's how the whole show is, bro.
Indeed. Let's go back to Cliffside. $4.99 super chat. I watched the Raw after Survivor
Oh,
Series
the crowds,
98
yeah.
earlier today and saw tonight's Raw. The crowds were night and day. No
Bro,
energy.
I review the Attitude Era every 2 weeks on russosbrand.com, bro. Everybody's got a song. Like it's night and day, bro. Like it's, and again, you can say it's a different time. I don't know what that means. You know,
I don't know either.
You know, Kansas City Chief fans last night were acting the same way when they won the Super Bowl how many years ago. Like, I don't know. I don't know how it being a different time matters.
To your point, Vince, you know, I'm a Buckeye, big, huge Ohio State fan. We won the 2014 national championship, and I reacted the exact same way as we winning 12 years prior.
I don't.
So,
different time. I don't understand, bro.
Yes, indeed. Let's see here. All right, so let's go to the next one here. We got Baron Corbin cutting the backstage interview. This gets interrupted by Sami Zayn.
Let me point out something to somebody in this chat room. Jimmy
So-
Campbell character, okay? Stone Cold playing the guitar and singing of Vincent Kennedy wasn't very Stone Cold. Yeah, Jimmy, well, guess what? I didn't write that, bro.
Yeah, that was in 2001.
So, and I wouldn't have written that, bro. Yeah. And we saw what happened at Stone Cold when Russo Ferrara left, and he had to leave because the writing was so miserable.
Yeah. He actually said that he didn't like the turn. He said that in plenty of interviews that he didn't like.
I would have never, ever, ever, ever done that. All right, go ahead, bro. We're over in the show.
Indeed. Okay, so yeah. So, you know, and even with that Austin thing, I thought it was still true to his character, though. I think he was trying to, it was funny, and him and Angle were trying to win the favor of Vince, but he was still Austin. He was still, you know, nonsense. He would come out there and beat up the alliance. And so, I mean, it wasn't like completely off from Austin either. So I don't think that was a fair enough comparison to say that. Now we have we have Nikki Cross. Oh, Baron Corbin cuts a backstage interview, but it gets interrupted by Sami Zayn coming out to the ring from the audience and calling out Cody Rhodes. So what do you think about this?
I got to say this at this point, guys. At this point, after this segment, we're about halfway in. And my exact comment was, the WWE is on a roll. There's another hour and a half left in this show. And I'm going to explain this to everybody in the room. Now, I want to make one thing perfectly clear. You saw this show last week when Chris and I explained how they went right over the Sami Zayn Roman Reigns match at Elimination Chamber.
Yep.
Guys, this was an adjustment because of that. I promise you, this segment was not written before last week's show. We stated the obvious last week, saying there is no sense in even having the Sami Zayn match because Cody made it clear. I'm going right. This was an adjustment, but what I wrote here, Chris, what does this say on the bottom row here? What does that say?
Good, much needed adjustment. Very good, much needed.
Very good. They needed to make that adjustment, even to put the tiniest shred in your mind that Sami could beat. So I give them credit for this. I know this wasn't written 2 months ago. I know after last week's show, you know, there were probably other people saying, what is the point? So they created a very, very, very good segment from this. See, bro, to me, when I criticized Adam Pearce at the beginning, okay, when I criticized his goofy looks, bro, okay, look at Cody Rhodes when Cody cuts a promo.
Oh, yeah.
Cody is real, bro. Cody is real. I believe that. And not only that, I don't watch SmackDown, but I 1,000% believe Sami Zayn here. I believed both of these characters, bro. It wasn't over the top. There wasn't goofy facial expressions. There was real, raw emotion, bro. So this, to me, bro, was an excellent promo on both parts. Something the WWE needed to do, and they did it, and they made the adjustment, and I give them all the credit for the world. And like I said, bro, when this ended, I'm like, okay, guys, we're halfway through. You're keeping the momentum going. What do we got in the last hour and a half? And Chris, here's the problem. I got to tell you guys this, man. The reason they're dying off the second half of the show, bro, is, Chris, because there's no thread. There's no beginning, middle, and end. That beginning, middle, and end should be the same story. Whatever the main event is, the show should start with, and it did here, and it ended with that match, and there was nothing in the middle.
Yeah.
Nothing happened whatsoever in the middle. Guys, if they had that hook, they would not die the last hour and a half. The last hour, that's what they're missing, Chris. The hook, to tie it all together.
Yeah. I'm glad that they tied in the loose ends, or at least tried to tie in the loose ends. And it definitely seemed like it was an adjustment, because, what we were saying. Here's my issue with the Sami Zayn thing right now, because you and I, we've went back and forth at odds with Sami Zayn. I've been defending Sami Zayn for a number of weeks. Here's my criticism with Sami Zayn right now. I think you just had something so organic. Fans were chanting Sami, Sami, Sami. You did the turn. He hits Roman Reigns with the chair, and then you come back out in the hood. I like it. It's different. It's kind of like a vigilante type of rebel type of thing. I like it. It reminds me a lot of AJ Styles and TNA when he kind of went gone. Sting, when he, was like, the only thing's for sure is nothing for sure. That led into, the Crow stuff. I like the kind of aloof type of dark character. But the problem is, AJ didn't do a lot of talking when he went to, just kind of like the lone wolf type of deal. Sting didn't do any talking for a year. And you're kind of doing that hoodie, darker character with Sami, and he grabs a mic every single time we see him. It's like, no, man, less is more when it comes to that stuff. Stop talking so much. I mean, like when it was Heyman on SmackDown, it was a whole segment of him and Heyman talking together. Leave us with something more, especially going into Elimination Chamber, and just have us wonder, like, what are your really thoughts? Are you apprehensive that you did it? But now it's like, now we know everything. So
let me be devil's advocate for a second, Chris, because I think this is the difference. Okay. Prior to Sami wearing the sweatshirt and the hood and the turn, bro, he was a goofy character. He was goofy.
But fans loved him though.
No, I know that, but he was goofy.
Yeah.
AJ and Sting were never goofy. So
AJ was in TNA. Yeah, there was some goofiness.
Was there? Because what I was gonna say is, I don't know if you can go from that goofy character to now this assassin.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the only thing that I'm saying. I mean, I definitely hear your point, and but I just think he was so comedic.
Sure, yeah. That makes sense. I mean, that makes sense. I do think for Sami, though, to your point, though, Vince, I think it makes it even stronger if he still kind of gives us the less is more feel, leading into Elimination Chamber. Now, if you want, I like Sami's promos. If you want to grab the mic after Elimination Chamber, that's fine. If you lose against Roman Reigns, grab the mic, get back to Sami, old Sami, whatever you want to do. But I think it brings more of that main event feel to him, because he doesn't look like a viable. I mean, you've said this a bunch of times. He doesn't look like a viable option. It's just Sami. And I think the more you act like Sami, the more he doesn't look like a viable option to Roman Reigns. If he's this assassin type of thing now, he attacked Roman Reigns from behind in a hoodie. I like that. I think on SmackDown, allow Heyman to do all the talking. If I would have booked this is what I would have done. I would have had Heyman look at the crowd, pander to the crowd, get all the heat. He's in the corner. Heyman's in the corner cutting the promo. And then all of a sudden, you get Sami Zayn come in from the crowd again. And he gives Heyman a haluva kick. You know what I mean? And he goes back out to the crowd. Stuff like that is going to cause more of like the intrigue. Like, let's wait until next week type of deal. I think that's what you do. And then if you want to have him grab a mic, this coming Friday, he's in his hometown. Friday and Saturday, he's in Montreal. So if you wanted to do some type of tell-all segment with just Sami Zayn, give us more throughout, again, cliffhangers, Vince. Give us more cliffhangers.
I'm with you.
Don't give us all of the answers on 1 week's show. Give us more, man. That's what episodic television's all about, man. Giving us more, leaving us more. So next we have Corbin, and then we goes back into this leads into we forgot about the Nikki Cross, Carmella, Asuka, Candice LeRae deal. So why is Nikki Cross laughing at Candice LeRae when she sees her?
And like like even that, bro, like this is what I'm talking about. And this is not Candice LeRae's fault. She's being produced.
Mm-hmm.
Think about this in real life, bro. You got to think about this. Guys, if you are a professional wrestler, you would have to assume there's got to be some toughness to this person. They got to be pretty tough.
Yeah,
Okay, you got to assume that. So she confronts Nikki Cross about, why are you talking to me? And Nikki Cross laughs at her. And then we get Nikki Cross walks off and we get the LaRue.
Yeah.
No, bro, that's not what would happen. What would happen is Nikki Cross would laugh, go to walk away, and LaRue would go behind her and grab her around the neck. Either you tell me what's so funny or I'll beat it. That's what would happen. Not
yeah. He
That's
just
what I
created
mean,
another
bro.
gif.
Will you stop with this cornball BS, bro? It's horrible, guys. Who's producing this show?
Yeah, to your point, Vince, do you think, I was going to ask you that, do you think that when they run over these segments before the show starts, do you think that who's ever producing that segment is telling Candice LeRae specifically to make that character or to appear a certain way?
Yes.
And that's okay. So why then?
And bro, listen, bro, if I was wrong, you know what talent would say to me if I was wrong? Vince, that's not what I would do. That's what they, and I'd say, what would you do?
Yeah.
This is what I would do. I'd say, do that.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it worked. But if I'm producing this and I'm seeing this finished product, I'm like, that sucks, bro. No, that's not what you would do.
Yeah.
You want an answer from her. You're not gonna let her walk away. You didn't get your answer. You want an answer.
So do you think that they can tie in this Nikki Cross stuff because she's loony and then Dexter Lumis is loony? Do you think we can get some type of
we're
gonna
have
Cross and Lumis?
No. We're gonna have a new group.
A new group. Oh, we're going to do another faction.
They're going to be called Looney Tunes. The Looney Tunes. We're going to have Dexter.
Okay.
We're going to have Dexter. We're going to have Nikki. We're going to have Crazy My Chin. And we're going to have Asuka. We're going to have Crazy Asuka. We're going to put these four together in a faction.
Okay.
And they're going to be called the Looney Tunes.
There you go. Looney Tunes. Ladies and gentlemen. More heat. So, I think that somehow this is going to tie in to maybe Loomis going with Nikki Cross because they're both just kind of demented, and then LeRae. People say I'm mispronouncing her name. Her name's LeRae, but I'm mispronouncing it. So LaRue, and according to this show. But Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano maybe there's some type of mixed tag that we're building up to here.
Wait.
Like, what is the Nikki Cross
I can't wait.
involvement here?
Bro, you tell me and we'll both know. I have no. I'm still trying to figure out the relationship with her and Alexa Bliss.
I still
don't understand what happened there, bro. Speaking of Alexa Bliss, is she? Where is she?
Man, I don't know.
Is she on SmackDown?
No.
Where's Alexa Bliss?
She lost. I mean, she lost at the Royal Rumble. She hasn't been there in the past couple of weeks. So I have no idea where she is nowadays.
Right.
Maybe she took some time off for some reason. I'm not quite sure. Next we have the backstage. Wait a minute. So we have Corbin being interviewed, and then Cody Rhodes walks behind him.
I like this.
And then
I like
getting
this.
talked about and attacks Corbin, and he
this was still within the first hour and a half. I thought this was good. I like this. I mean, bro, obviously they got to be going somewhere with Corbin.
And that's the reason why I'm like, oh, man.
I have no idea where. I could not predict where they're. I mean, bro, they have buried this guy so much. I don't know what he could possibly do to get out of the hole. I don't know.
I think they should turn him babyface, man. I think that if he's down on his luck, again, I think they had an opportunity. See, what made me so upset about Baron Corbin's segment was he did the cheesy heel heat again. I'm like, oh man, we're doing this again as if it's going to work this time. It just made you had an opportunity to reset his character yet again. JBL goes away. It's a clean slate. You have an opportunity to reset again. So you're resetting him to say, oh, by the way, the last person who beat Roman Reigns was me, and I would have been the one main eventing wrestling. Like, do you really think that this is believable? Like, no, man. Bro. I think they should have made him bummy Corbin again. He's down on his luck, and then all of a sudden he gets that sympathy from the fans, and then he becomes a babyface in that way. Other than that, man, you're doing another cheap heat type of gimmick.
I want to point something out to the people in the chat room again. Yeah. Okay, because I'm going to use the same scenario I used before. I said, where is Alexa Bliss? Mm-hmm. Chris Aldridge said she's taking hiatus. Humble 85 said she took some time off. Okay, so let's assume I know they're doing the thing, Chris, where they're giving people like a month off or something like that. I understand that. Mm-hmm. Okay, guys, I'm going to give you the same scenario. You're watching this show every week, right, Chris? Raw is on every single week, right? Mm-hmm. Alexa Bliss is on the show every single week, right? Okay, bro. Let's go. Alexa off. Let's go to Friends, Chris. Ross is on the show every week. David Schwimmer. Ross is on the show every week. Then all of a sudden, for 4 weeks, Ross isn't on the show.
Yeah.
No mention of where Ross is. He's just not there. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is the crap that drives me crazy. Yeah. If she is going to take a hiatus for 4 weeks, there's got to be something in the storyline that happens, bro. Because what's going to happen, Chris, is she's going to come back in 4 weeks like nothing happened. Mm-hmm. And the casual fan's going to say, wait a minute, where was she Oh, my God, guys, come on, man. Yeah. Seriously, you can't write like this, man.
Again, this isn't episodic television, Vince. This is just booking to please the marks a lot of times, unfortunately. Let's run through the rest of here. We have Asuka, Carmella, Nikki Cross defeating Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez, and Natalya. This is a moment they booked this to make Asuka shine. Leading into the chamber match, which actually wasn't opposed to this.
And again, I do want to point this out, though, too, again, Chris, when they cut the promo in the back with Liv, Natalya, and here's who I have. Liv / Natalya / who is the third party? Bro, I don't watch SmackDown. Mm-hmm. Raquel Rodriguez has been on Raw maybe twice. You've got to tell me who this is, bro.
Yeah.
You got to tell me who this. You can't assume I'm watching all your programming.
Yeah, and speaking of that, if I'm Bray, I watched bits and pieces of SmackDown, not all of it through. I skipped through a lot of it. SK Nation, was Bray Wyatt or Uncle Howdy on SmackDown? You had a Uncle Howdy appearance for Alexa Bliss. That would have made perfect sense of like somehow Uncle Howdy would have allured Alexa Bliss into
Anything.
some of this,
Give me something, bro.
Yeah. But I think they're cooling off on the Uncle Howdy stuff. As far as it seems like, and I'm like, man, yikes. No, okay, no Uncle Howdy or Bray on SmackDown. Wow. Backstage we get the Alpha Academy and Maximum Male Models.
Chris, let me repeat myself. I don't watch SmackDown, bro.
Indeed.
How would I know anything about these Maximum Male Models unless they tell me? This is what I'm talking about, guys. When we wrote the show, we covered all these things, bro. Like, how am I don't know that woman's name.
Yeah.
I don't know if she's the manager. I don't know. I don't know their names. I don't know anything about them, bro.
So from a production standpoint, what would have been a like should have done a package for them? Would have been a better
introduce them, bro. Give me some vignettes where they're at least calling each other by name. Bro, they're not even mentioning their names. How am I supposed to know who this is, bro? Can you imagine? Can you imagine Seinfeld? Newman keeps popping in, and we never know his name.
Yeah. You ever watch Martin back in the day?
Oh yeah, of course.
Remember when Bruh Man from the fifth floor used to come out?
Yes.
What you doing, Bruh Man? Nothing. Just chilling. And it's like, and every time they're Bruh Man. He say I'm Bruh Man. And if he just popped up, I'm like, okay, who the heck is he? So yeah. Bruh Man from the fifth floor.
Look at this. Kamar Bell just said, I saw on social media last week that Bray Wyatt had a dark match on SmackDown against LA Knight. Unbelievable, bro. Unreal. Unbelievable.
Next we have Bronson Reed defeating Mustafa Ali.
Bro, can I ask you? And listen, we all know my history with Muhammad Ali. We all know my history with listen, bro. Let me
again, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me make one thing perfectly clear. This was not his fault.
Okay.
This is the agent of the match. The agent of the match. This is not Ali. I doubt that he's laying out his own matches. I don't think he's got that kind of stroke. Bro, who's this guy now?
Bronson Reed.
Who? Bronson Reed?
Mm-hmm.
Bro, Reed throws Ali in the chest, looked like it killed him. And I'm saying, bro, that had to hurt.
Oh, yeah.
Those chairs had not worked. He did not know how he was going to land. That had to hurt. Bro, they came back and he no-sold it. How did he not get counted out after that? You just killed Willis Reed, bro.
Yeah.
You just killed Willis Reed. You just killed the dude that 160-pound guy would be able to come back after that.
I think, I don't know what the heck they're doing with Bronson, man. I keep saying, I keep putting Bronson over from NXT because I really liked him in NXT, and I'm interested that they. Kudos to the commentary team with Bronson Reed this week, because they did say that he had, he was inspired by Bam Bam Bigelow, and I kept saying every week, he reminds me of a modern day Bam Bam Bigelow. And I always saw the tie there, and I'm glad they tied those things together because he was inspired by that. I like that. But I'm interested to know, why is he a heel? Why do I care? What are they doing with him? Who does he have beef with? Is he gonna have beef with Ali every week? And why does Ali still have beef with Dolph Ziggler? And what are they going to tie those loose ends? Or is this leading into WrestleMania? Are we getting Mustafa Ali against Dolph Ziggler at WrestleMania, ladies and gentlemen?
Is there, like, seriously, anybody in this room, including Chris, including myself, Chris, is there any show on television where you have all these questions because you don't know what's going on? Like, is there any show out there like where you're like, well, why is he doing this? And why? Like, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. And listen, let's go. Let's go on to let's continue with the crappy names. Okay, bro. Okay. Yep. So Edge and Beth Phoenix are now the grit.
They've been the grit couple.
Grit.
Yeah. You know why they got why they're the grit couple?
Because they eat grits.
I like
grits.
I like grits. They're the grit couple because when they were feuding against the Miz and Maurice. So the Miz and Maurice is the it couple. And when they had their match against Miz and Maurice, they became the grit couple.
Horrible. And
they just stuck. I mean, nothing, no feud at all.
Now, how would I have known that unless you told me? How would I have known that, bro?
I guess they're expecting everybody to have memory from 2 or 3 years ago. I guess so. But for some odd reason, they want people to remember why they're the grit couple. But they just changed names and people expect people to just forget that, though.
Bro, can I pull somebody up here? Only you can, bro.
They had a super chat.
We gotta go. Can I make an exception to the rule?
Yes, please do.
Pull up Lisa Osborne, bro, because she just popped me.
All right.
It is true, bro. We never know why Kenny always gets killed on South Park. Very good, Lisa. Yes. Very nice. Unfortunately, Kenny's just a cartoon. So
yes.
But very, very good point. All right, bro. Let's Miz and Rollins.
Yeah. What do you think about this whole segment?
Oh my God, bro. A couple of things. Bro, I am so sick and tired of the annoying singing, bro. They did that 3 times during his in-ring. 3 times. And Chris, here are my notes, okay? First of all, I'm so sick of these pandering promos. Then the crowd is doing 3 times. They're doing the singing. Bro, this is all for house shows.
Oh, yeah.
This is not TV, bro. You don't do this on TV because I'm watching the show and I'm like, okay, bro, this is the 10th person I've heard pandering to the crowd. And now this is the 3rd time we're singing during this in-ring. Now it's freaking annoying, bro. Yeah. This is house show stuff, bro, not TV stuff, Chris.
And that's why it's becoming more and more niche, unfortunately. Joseph 499 super chat, bro. Who is Rollins' stylist? Why is he wearing Paddington Bell's boots? It's hard to take him seriously. How is this one of the Raw's top faces? I was like, what is up with these Super Mario stomp boots?
Bro, guys, I'm going to tell you what this is because I've said it about him earlier, and I said it about Becky months ago. Bro, they're trying to pop the boys.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is, guys. Pop the boys means they're trying to get a laugh in the back.
Yeah.
That's really what it is, bro. He puts these boots on, and everybody backstage is cracking up, and they think it's great. Okay, he's trying to pop the boys, and you and I are watching, saying, "Well, what if this does turn into a fight?
Yeah,
you're gonna be able to fight with those." I mean,
it's you know what it is, Vince. It's like modern day wrestling is like an inside joke that like everybody else weren't invited in. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, that's
Absolutely.
basically what that's
Absolutely,
basically
bro.
what it is every single week.
We're not in on
Yeah,
the joke, bro.
yeah,
We're not in
we're
on the
not in.
joke.
Yeah,
Absolutely, bro.
yeah, and we're just wondering out. We're just out here scratching our heads like, I didn't get it. I don't know. You know, and
Absolutely.
meanwhile they're on there just chuckling and saying, "Oh, and
Yeah.
everybody's and
Oh
we're out
man,
there like,
it's so
yeah.
annoying, bro. It is
Uh,
so annoying.
Indeed, man. We get the Boogs gig with Cedric in the background with Elias. It's interesting though, because I talked a few weeks ago that Elias and Boogs should have had some type of tie, and they're tying Elias with Boogs now. Interesting love. It's clear, Vince, that they watch the show every single week. So you're welcome, WWE, for that. Boogs defeating the Miz again, man. The Brooklyn was flat with Boogs, man. What do you think is the issue going on with here?
Bro, you know what it is, Chris? Here's the problem again. When we eliminate vignettes and stories and we go out of the building, okay, bro. When I talk vignettes and stories, bro, I'm not talking about the scene with Elias and Boggs in the back. I'm not talking about the scene with Judgment Day in the back. I'm not talking about the scene with Carmella, Nikki, and Asuka. That's wrestling BS. That's wrestling BS. I'm talking about real world stories. When you eliminate all of that, Chris, here's the problem. There's no depth to your characters. They're all wrestlers.
Yeah.
There's no depth. Bro,
Yeah.
I remember you talk about AJ. Bro, I can remember vividly, bro, 12 o'clock at night. We're at some freaking alligator farm in Florida with Karen Jarrett and AJ Styles. 12 o'clock at night, bro. The show's over. I'm exhausted. But what did we see? That's where we saw the depth of AJ's character. Bro, if you don't have any of that, they're one-dimensional.
Yeah.
There's no depth. That's what you're seeing in every single one of these characters, bro.
Yeah.
There's zero depth. Zero.
You know, Vince, it's like I remember interviewing Jake Roberts a few years back. He was talking about how, you know, he used to get so much heat back in the day of people used to, you know, slash his tires, right?
Right.
Now, there's no way, like, and that was kind of like a badge of honor. You know what I mean? He came out and his tires were slashed. He's like, oh man, great. I'm getting some heat.
Yeah.
Nowadays, when you see a heel like Adam Cole, and if someone like an Adam Cole would come out to someone's car or to his car, he would probably have a swarm of people saying, "Oh my gosh, there's Adam Cole! I'm running to a heel. I'm saying the whole Adam Cole, baby!" And boom. To me, that's a big difference between the heels of yesteryear compared to nowadays. It's just a character, Vince. It's like, oh man, what's your twitch? Basically, when someone's a heel, when they come out, they're likable. People love them. They're no
Chris,
longer heels.
I swear to God, this was not that long ago, bro. Not that long ago. Maybe it was 15 years ago. Chris, obviously, I'm a New Yorker through and through. Bro, we used to do those TNA shows from the Nashville Fairgrounds.
Yep.
Chris, I am not lying to you. When I would go outside, there were groups of people, guys, wanting to fight me.
See?
And I used to say, Chris, I swear to God, I used to have to say, guys, you know that was a show in there, right? I did that to save my backside.
Yeah,
These guys really wanted to hurt me, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
That's how you get it.
I'm using that as an example because that's true.
Yeah.
That's how it was, bro.
Yeah, that's how you get heat, man. That you're doing your job if people were doing that to you, man. Not if you're a heel and all of a sudden you go outside and people are cheering for you, like you're getting excited.
I got to address Jimmy Campbell here. Unfortunately, if they have every character depth, Raw would be a 7-hour show. Was Raw 7 hours during the Attitude Era, Jimmy?
Nope.
Was Raw 7 hours during the Attitude Era? As a matter of fact, bro, I believe it was 2 hours.
Indeed.
And every character had depth.
Yep.
So you don't need 7 hours for a character to have depth, bro.
No, of course not. All right. So Chelsea Green, Adam Pearce, Judgment Day interview, and then we close up with the main event. Your thoughts on the main event?
You know, bro, bro, first of all, there was a lot of women wrestling on this show. There was so many female matches. I was like, do they not have guys to wrestle anymore? Like, seriously, I was asking the question. There were a lot of women on this show. And bro, listen, I'll say what I always say. You know, these girls worked their butts off. There's no question about that, bro. These girls always work very hard. But I do believe that, bro, I think they let a lot of these women matches just go too long. And the longer it goes, bro, the more exposed that they're going to be. And I actually think, bro, even though this match went long, Chris, I think they went home too soon. Because
I noticed that too. Like,
and I know they were promoting Elimination Chamber at the end. I don't think that was by design, bro. I think they went home way too soon.
I peeped that too. It was like, because they're doing the recaps. They don't do that for every go home, and Elimination Chamber isn't a big show for go home. And so they kept and then they kept going back to like the same match, like twice. And so they were dragging that. So it was a bit of timing issues there. So what's never any timing issues is the timeliness of this guy right here. And he's always on time all the time when it comes to his esteemed viewpoints on Raw. Look, hey, you might disagree with it, but hey, it's okay, man. I mean, people disagree. People have taken disagreements to hate each other nowadays, man. That's unfortunate in this type of world we live in.
It's crazy. I don't hate anybody on this show. I don't hate anybody who puts this show together. The criticism I'm giving, I actually think if they paid attention to them, it would help them.
Yeah. And it's good that they have paid attention to.
And like I said, bro, I think they're making strides, bro. I think they're making strides, but I want to see a solid 3-hour show one time.
Agreed. Speaking of solid, man, I'm telling you, man, look, let me tell you something, man. Let me tell you something about this guy, Roland. This guy right here continues to be one of the absolute best just supporters of the shows that we have, just period, man. He comes in here every single week. He comes in with really, really good input, and he super chats us to a Las Vegas vacation, ladies and gentlemen, and continuing to just give really esteemed, thoughts, and big shout out to Roland. Every week, just comes in here and just drops some gems and some dollars as well, man. Kudos to you, my man. Honestly, I don't see Montez Ford winning the 2024 Rumble. Gunther and Theory have the inside track right now, both for mid-card champs. Why hasn't a non-mixed black male won the Rumble? Latino males and an Asian male won it. Very interesting. I think that's a good point, because I don't see. A Bear won it from the woman's standpoint. But to answer your question, I think we've even talked about this a couple of weeks ago, Vince, as far as just there's not a very strong black presence, as far as just, wrestlers on there. You have Bobby Lashley, they'll put up, to main event status every now and then, but they don't have any main eventers.
Bro, who was the Asian that won it?
Nakamura won it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Hey, listen, Rollin, with all due respect, maybe you should be happy that a African. Look what happened to Nakamura, bro. Look what happened to Nakamura after he won the Royal Rumble. I mean,
yeah, they bit the ball. They dropped the ball on that one for sure. They could have really had him. I was there in New Orleans covering at WrestleMania when AJ Styles beat Nakamura at that WrestleMania, And there were so many people across the entire audience that were just like, huh? Like it was so weird when AJ won that match. And I heard that they had him keep the win because they were promoting the new 2K for that year. And AJ was on the cover of 2K, so they had him keep the title, man. So, man, what a horrible way to just derail someone's career because of a 2K video.
Can you imagine explaining that to Nakamura, bro?
Yeah, exactly. Like, yeah, we're gonna have you win the Royal Rumble, and then they're gonna call an audible like a few weeks. Shinsuke, I know that we wanted you to win the title, but we've got this 2K thing going on, man. AJ's on the cover, man. So we've kind of changed the plans, man. We're actually going to have AJ win. We want to have him keep that momentum going into the. I mean, just imagine just the balloon just being popped from someone's excitement, man. So, yikes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this guy right here is former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, former WWE head writer Vince Russo at the Vince Russo, channelattitude.com, russosbrand.com. Follow that guy. Check out his stuff, man. He's always got some awesome stuff. Check out my stuff, Pancakes and Power Slam Show. Go sub on YouTube, Pancakes and Power Slams. Please show some love over there. Rollins, actually, he's moved over to supporting the Pancakes and Power Slams, and he's been coming on Pancakes and Power Slams now too. So everybody there, go ahead, and it's just a Q&A, man. So it was funny. So he's saying this is the first show that Joey didn't make an appearance. Well, I beg to differ.
Time out, Joey. Time out, Joey.
Vince Russo, Dr. Chris, Legion of Raw. Have a good night, everybody.